Hi everyone, Vivian reporting for duty. No, just kidding. This is Fozzie. I got Vivian on my NPC um, quiz test thing. But yeah, fun fact to know. All right, so I did start recording for anyone who's here, just so to acknowledge that you're being recorded, um, and just wanted to let you guys know in advance that I'm a bit congested and everything. So if I cough and everything, I'm sorry if I like make your ears bleed, etc., etc. Um, yeah, I just keep getting sick. It's really annoying. Like I just felt congestion in my chest like the other day, and now it's like I feel like it's building up. But I'm seeing a doctor in like a week and a half, so hopefully everything checks out there. Yep. And I was going to say something else. Yeah, so welcome to our March community discussion. We've got a couple user submitted questions to go over. We got some previews of the new crate items coming out in April. We're going to discuss the milestones, just touch on the spring event and how like closing and wrapping it up, and yeah, a couple other things, and then we'll have our raffle at the end. Yeah, milestones as in posts, user count, etc. Update on the 1.5K milestone item. Sorry about being a little behind on that, but I should have that finished very soon. But yeah, we'll discuss that in a bit. Oh, my mom's calling. Sorry, mom. um, And then, yeah, so make sure you post your username in the community discussion attendance channel so you'll be entered in a raffle for the March crates. And then also, if you do have any questions during the discussion, you're welcome to come on voice chat and ask it or post in the community discussion questions channel. If it's relevant to the topic at hand that we're currently discussing, you can go ahead and just pop it in the community discussion March 2019 channel. I should see it. And if I do miss any questions, please do let me know. All right. So, what should we start with today? I think we'll just start off with previews. And so these are our April. Whoops. I'm such a ditz sometime. I totally named these as March. Doesn't matter, it's just a preview, but don't want to confuse anybody. So here's a preview of one of the April crate items that'll be released on Monday, April 1st. So that's coming up in about 4 days. All right, and then I've got a second preview for you guys here. A froggy umbrella would be cute. It would also go with the Frog Prince set. That'd be a nice like addition to that. Okay, okay. Don't hate on the pea puddle. But you know, it can be blue eventually. We're just gonna have to wait, but I'm not gonna mention anything because then it's just gonna add a month to the process of that system being created. I'm just passing along the message that Hazer said. So, oh gosh. All right, and just a reminder, so currently we have the Woodland Bay, I believe is what it's called, our current rare set, and that's sticking around through April. So a new rare set is going to be introduced in May. So you still got one more month to get that rare, the current rare set. Um, Anything else? And then the collector's set is still going to be in circulation for a couple more months. Once we hit, I want to say, looks like, yeah, we'll have the collector set available in bundles until July rolls around. So June will be your last month to get the collector set if you're still interested in nagging one of those. And that's when a new one will be introduced. All right. So that's all I have for updates and previews on crates. If you do have any questions, let me know. More of a surprise later. Oh, we accidentally, well, we left out some previews for the poses for the first CI set that we shared. So Bean just ruined the surprise. Or Bonfire. I don't know which one to use, but Beanfire. Actually, yeah. Can I just go with Beanfire from now on? Bean, Beanfire. Which one rolls off more smoothly? All right. So then updates on milestone items. So right now we're actually getting very close to the next unlockable pose for these. It's called the 750k milestone item because there's like 3 levels to unlock the poses. You guys have already unlocked pose 1, which is available in the shops right now in OMG imports. And that was unlocked at 550k if I'm remembering correctly. And so the next unlockable pose will be unlocked at 625,000 posts. And so we're getting very close. And I do have a preview to share for that too, if you guys don't remember what it looks like. So you already have the scarf pose, the like sash pose that's in here unlocked, and you guys will be unlocking the second pose in about 20,000 more posts. So you guys have been pretty active during this spring event, Vibrance Day. So keep up the good work. And I guess that brings us, oh yeah, so just a reminder, though, we have met one of our milestones that just the item hasn't been released yet. So that's the 1.5k Volties. We seem to be rolling up on 2,000 Volties already. So I really have to get a move on. Usually I have these done ahead of time or like ready for release right when we get to it. But I think it's alright that we're waiting until like the end of the event to release this, so you guys can, put all your attention towards the event and getting those extra event items, to bank off in the future. And yeah, so now we'll move on to just some closing information about the spring or Vibrance Day event. And so official event threads will be locked tomorrow. That's March 28th. And Millette's around, so if I do give out any misinformation, please do let me know. Um, yeah, you're my best resource. And then even though the official event threads will be locking tomorrow, the event forum, event currency, and the event items will still be around or open and available to you guys through Friday, April 5th. So that's giving you a little over a week to still get some extra items. Sorry. Yep, I believe you'll find out tomorrow. Oh, April 1st. Whoops. See, good thing the Let's here. I knew it was sometime soon. I think the last chance to submit your flowers is tonight, through tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow by 10 p.m. Thanks for the info. Yeah, any other questions you guys have about the event? Now is a good time to ask those too, so we can get that all out there. All right, and then we do plan on um, releasing a survey for feedback on the overall event. Just a reminder, this event was it was a large event, but not our largest event. It's like a medium-sized event, so just keep that in mind. But we'll have a good number of questions to get your feedback on the games, the I guess activity levels, the event items, what you'd like to see in future events, etc., etc. All right, and then a little change we'll be making coming with our future events for the event bundles. Right now, they're available for event currency and vaults, and it's kind of been like that for a couple events now. And going forward, event bundles will be strictly available for event currency only. The reason we had them available for vaults previously was just because our community has grown since then. So with a smaller community, we just wanted to make sure there was enough opportunities and chances for people to get event items to hold on for future community members. So with the event activity picking up and everything, it seems like we have more than enough EIs in circulation. So just keep that in mind for future events that bundles won't be available for vaults. And for now or until further notice, things can change. We're just always testing the waters and, trying to improve any way we can. All right. And then site related, so for the NPC avatars, it was brought to our attention with some feedback that we have a small select few of NPCs that still don't have unique um, avatar bases, they're not custom bases. So to name a few, it's Vivian, Frizz, and Static. I'm not sure if there might be another NPC who's not a custom base. So Spark's kind of a flying pose. We've got Violet. Wait, Venora's with her arms out skipping. So it's kind of been a process to get all of the NPCs looking like themselves and also just making them more unique. Yeah, and Violet's in the wheelchair. Yeah, there you go. I was thinking Venora in my head, but I said Violet and I was like Violet and I was like, that's not her name. So, and sorry. Yeah, so it's been a little process because we've got a lot of NPCs, but eventually we'll get to the three remainder NPCs, make them a little more flashy and more unique to show their personality. Did you have a question, Green?
Yeah, just throwing a ball out there, but any plans for hue shifting items? As in, you could just hue shift them?
We've discussed that on staff before for I guess it's similar to your what is that one site called? There's a website that's got it. I'm trying to think. Well, I
I
don't.
mean, it's a relatively cheap effect, so it
Oh
might be
yeah,
nice to have.
recolor.me. So the only issue that we see with like using a hue shifting like recolored um, system is sometimes the contrast and stuff can get wonky just with how our items are shaded. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a possibility, but I think move like if with our dye system potentially it's gonna be like we're gonna have set gradients, kind of like how we have a select few of colors now, but we'd be able to expand on the colors available.
Yeah, I mean, if you want like an absolute ass load of them, I've got a generator that can make them as any length of you want with any detail.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, our dye system is still under development, so I know I still need to get back in touch with you because we discussed a bit. So it's
Mhm.
definitely would be helpful. So I appreciate the offer.
So, are you interested in anything like double phase? So, for example, it transitions from yellow to orange, then orange to red.
We do have like a kind of a hue thing, like where it's like multiple colors, like kind of blending together. Is that what you're referring
Hmm.
to? I know like right now we do have some items that have like two or three or even I guess rainbow. It's like where it goes from like blue to purple or something like that. So I
Yeah,
think I think anything mixing colors or offering more colors to the user base would be
I think those are called transitional palettes.
hmm just reading through the comments right now. Yeah, I mean I mean we used to have only 25 colors because I wasn't a fan of like a huge selection of colors because I mean I know it's like a there's two different people. Some people like more options and some people are like more simplistic. So we did expand from that 25 to 35 with our relaunch because some people thought that we were a little too restricted there. The only reason we don't have a big palette right now is just because of the like amount of time it takes to get all those items like recolored and stuff. Now we've had some updates to our system to where it's a little easier for like commons and stuff, but the more unique items definitely take a while to get those colored. And then also with all of our previous items that have been already introduced with our current palette, if we introduce new colors now, they wouldn't, mesh that well. We kind of have to introduce recolors for those older items with the new introduced palette.
Well, actually, there is a way that you could get that relatively all right, is if you integrate, say, a version system. So you have the old versions which are constrained by the old limits, and the new ones which are constrained by the new limits. So the new ones can have all the advanced whatever the heck dies you want, but the old ones are still limited to the old dies. I mean, of course,
Well, oh, I'm just in response to some of the comments that were just like posted now, just about liking us like the limited amount of colors. But when we introduce a new, like when we expand on our system with like a dye system, we would probably be having to re-upload new our old items with the new system, so that everything would be able to be recolored, even the older items. So. It'll be a lot. It's going to be like a lot of work on our part just because we have to prep all the items, but we'll get it out to you guys soon enough. And then I do have some user questions. This one actually does pertain to uh, the dye system that we were just discussing. So this is, will the dye system allow to recolor crate items with more than one color? So yeah, that's the plan. Is that it'll allow you to pretty much dye selected parts of the item different colors. And our hope is that the dye system will have more selection than our current 35 color palette. Yeah, I think with the amount of dyes that we would have, I don't think we would go over 100. That seems even 100 seems overkill to me, but I would
I
say
mean,
we
there
would
could
still
be
expect.
ways of sectioning out certain palettes. So you have the simple ones, transitional ones, which are more pricey. Maybe you have some more specialized palettes, and of course, you can have holiday palettes, which are added dynamically.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then, is there any other questions on the die system when we're talking about it?
I mean, will we have animated dyes or ones that add particles to our character?
Oh, well, I mean, right now, um, our development for the die system is going to be kind of pretty much, I mean, this like starting like out level, like just being able to make your item whatever color it is. I don't whatever color you want. I don't think that we're going to be implementing like right off the bat like an animation or like particles or something to them, just because we do have a small team that's still growing, but even the site's kind of still small. So our artist capabilities and like how many artists we have available is kind of like our limiting factor in that, and the fact that our dev team's pretty small still too. So.
I mean, I would help with the palette system. I just don't know how it works currently.
Yeah, we're still discussing that, like how exactly we want it to. We have an idea in mind of how we want it to be, but I can definitely talk to you more like one on one, just because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up and like put all this information out there and then it's going to end up being different because we're still not 100% sure, but we have an idea in mind. So I can, yeah, like I said, we could still touch base like after the discussion, either sometime this evening or tomorrow, possibly. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'd like to discuss more about it and see um, what your input is on that, or if you have, because I know you have a lot of um, dyes and colors to offer to begin with.
Hmm. But it's not just that, it's the programmatical algorithms I have
Yeah.
that also allow any single color to be converted into a reasonably good looking dye. You see,
Okay.
um, the latter parts of these dyes, the latter 300, are actually pre-generated, entirely pre-generated, and all you need is a single color. While some of them require two colors to transition from one to the other, there's also ones where every step of the gradient is customized. So it's
Got it.
kind of like a dynamic system.
So I mean the way that you're proposing these colors, is it like a user just gonna select the color they want and then the system just makes the gradient to apply to the grayscale of the item?
Yeah, basically. But there's also other things I know, at least with JavaScript and whatnot,
Hmm.
is that there are some blending effects that can be applied that can increase contrast. So if there were a way we could work out which colors or where in the phase it causes dullness in the contrast, we can just offset that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, I don't obviously know the whole dev part of all this, but sorry, we can, yeah, we'll touch base more on it after the discussion. I mean, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's a good point that Phantasmagoria brought up. It probably would be a good idea to number the dies.
Well, my thing about, I don't know about, hmm. I mean, it's a possibility. Like I said, depending on how many dies we have, I don't think we plan on introducing so many dies that you would like they would my thing with like colors in general and why we have such a like limited amount right now is because from what I've seen on some previous sites there's been colors where I'm like I can't really tell the difference between those two, so why do we have them? And like right now we do have, like, I would say an example, ice and what is the other one, ice and anyone want to help me out here, the two light blues.
Oh, you mean like cyan and azure?
Yes. So right now we have ice and sky. And so depending on the shading of the item, sometimes those two can look very similar, but if it's a different fabric, they do look different.
Oh yeah.
So I just don't want to have a bunch of all these different colors that it's really hard to tell the difference between them. And to the fact that we would need to number them with numbers to like distinguish them. I
Well, I guess you could add it as kind of like an ornate effect. Like yes, give me 217.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I just want, I mean, that would, I mean, any way to help organize them and make them a little more, I mean, we could still put a number and then name them. Yeah, that would make them easier. But yeah, like I was just saying, I don't know if we'll have like 200 plus dies. So everyone that's in this discussion, I'm just gonna put that out there that we don't know yet.
It's a
But
good thing nobody has suggested mixing dyes. Oops.
yeah, I do kind of want to move on from this discussion. But I mean, I do appreciate you, putting it out there and offering your input. So,
I
um, yeah,
Can I say something?
go
Since
ahead.
it'll be the IT team working on it. Generally, we'll probably, we'll expand the colors because that's what everybody would want. Um, not to a huge number, but what it could be is as time goes on, we might could introduce new colors as more
Yeah,
people request them or want them, and
seasonal one would be a good idea.
yeah, we won't have it where it's like too close where it's like if you do two colors you can't even really tell the difference, like they're tiny little gradient apart.
Yeah,
um
I know. When I
too
made
much
my
too many colors would also cause a lot of stress for the ITs as well because we'll still have to do colors for like the main to show the actual item, and yeah, that's gonna be overwhelming for us too. So don't worry, we won't have too many, but yeah, like Kid said, it is still in the work.
Development, yeah.
So we're still working on like a lot of ideas and how it's gonna work and how that's gonna do. But I will say it's gonna be a great thing for me because there's so many. No, we know what we can do. It's just we're not like
I think it's we know what we can do. It's more so organizing all of it and um, like what we want. Like we want to make the system as simple as possible, but still offer enough. Um, what's the word?
well, well, what you're asking for is
variety.
modularity.
Yeah, exactly. We want to off like we want it to be a simple system, but also want to make it, to offer
Versatile.
first, yeah, more versatility for your avatar. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I was just responding to Green's questions and everything. None of this is set in stone, guys, and so I apologize if anyone's like would get confused that
Yeah,
this is
sorry
what we're
about
working on. Um, but yeah, and we do try and refrain from just discussing like any projects that are in process because things can change. So
Have y'all considered a like slider system?
I think Green mentioned something like that about the hue, like hues. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, like a hue slider. Sorry, I had to leave for a second because
Oh,
the
that's
dog doesn't
okay.
know how to act, so I had to put it out and then put the
Yeah,
kids to bed.
the thing about the hue system is that we just feel like it might sometimes you can get a really depending on the contrast and everything, it just sometimes wouldn't look too great on items. The way that our gradients are made, we make them specifically for our grayscale, and so you might end up getting some like off shade looking colors or something that looks really flat or something that just looks odd, I guess. Um, yeah, so that's where we are with like a hue system or something. I don't think it's what we're looking to go.
Yeah.
Are y'all going to implement more makeup items?
Like more introduce more like face accessories and makeup items and stuff.
Yeah.
Every common surge, I think we try and touch on a little bit of everything. So I think we could see more facial like face additions and stuff like that coming up. This next common surge, I don't believe right now we have any makeup items or anything like that, but we definitely can get some in the mix for upcoming common surges.
Also, I did notice something. You know how you can buy rippling abs?
Sorry, say that again.
You can buy abs.
Oh, can you buy abs?
Yes, I know you can buy abs, but I noticed obviously because of some physical constraints, adding muscular arms would also kind of make a lot of the stuff not work. Or look.
We do have some more modifications that offer like muscles and stuff like that. Those are a little more special items. They're not in the shops, but you can get them through like events and stuff. So we do have ways of hiding current layers and like um, if you equip like a muscular arm, it hides the avatar's like original arm that you got on the base. So we do have capabilities.
Actually, I just thought about something because I remember there being this thing called a blending map, which you can apply over the top of an image. And so if there's a layer underneath, then those layers basically get cropped out based on I think it's like the whites and blacks of the image. So it's basically cutting out, say, any overflow or overfill. So that might come in handy. So, food for thought
Hmm.
on that one anyway.
Yeah.
But you'd have to generate those maps for like all the different items.
Hmm. All right. So I
So say
think I'll go ahead.
So say if you get something that, say, adds muscles to your arms, but the clothing that you're wearing is smaller than your arm's diameter, well, with a blending map, you can technically just blend out part of the arm so it fits inside of the clothing.
Okay, so like clipping, like if you got hair hanging out of a hat or something.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That's another thing we'd always, I mean, because some people have mentioned about hair and stuff like showing or like arms like not being completely hidden with a certain top and stuff. So clipping is another thing that we hope to implement in the future. But yeah, that's not hasn't been started on yet. Um,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Although, to be honest, I think hair should be made of two image components, which are like the upper and lower segments.
We do have
So
some
that
here
way,
that is split. So the way that our hair and items work right now is they are split up by layers, and then they form. So like certain hairs, there's like a base hair and there's like bangs, and so you can actually equip like bangs that will like replace those bangs. It's not all hairs are like that. It depends on the hairstyle.
Uh, sorry, let me jump
Yeah.
in real quick. Just on this topic, yeah. So also, I know I've been saying this for a bit, but I just got to get the time to sit down and be able to do it. I do plan on redoing layers a lot because we have a lot of layers right now. So you would think, oh yeah, we have a lot to make things work, but we need a lot more. And it also involves having some items cut in certain different ways. So it's definitely on the agenda. It's just, I've got a lot of other things trying to do too. But a lot of these
fair enough.
layer issues, like say there's some shoes that show up above dresses or long skirts, and it looks weird, or certain parts cut into other parts. But that is something that I do plan on at least fixing as much as I can with the layering system. But yeah, so just wanted to add that to the conversation.
Fair enough.
Thanks. All right.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Millette, too, for posting that reminder. All right, and then
Also,
so we have one more question to touch on today. I kind of do want to just close the die system discussion for now. But if anyone ever wants to discuss more or has any ideas, definitely post. You can message me, or you can also post them in like the feature discussion channel, like suggestions. Um, I know it may seem like um, things are up in the air all the time or something. So the reason that we have these community discussions with you guys is because we do want you guys to be in like we're all kind of a team here. We're a community, so I feel like you should be aware of like what we're thinking or how we're thinking things should be. And though things are up in the air, um, or like they're not set in stone, that's because it's a process, and we want to make sure that things are the best for you guys. So it may sound messy or anything, but it is a process, and everything you do is kind of gonna be like that. I just wanted to make that statement. So yeah, we may say something. We're working on this right now. It may not turn out like this, and that's true. So we're being completely honest with you guys when we say that. And our last question for today is, will you be making a unicorn or something unicorn related in rainbow? This is a long question. Or rainbow pastel for on April 19th, which is Unicorn Day. Something banana related for April 17th, which is Banana Day. So right now we don't have any plans for items for those days. I do appreciate the item suggestions though, so it's still a possibility we could get more unicorn or banana themed items. And don't, oh, dang it, I was gonna say don't start the banana thing. I was set up. And
Oh no, we're
you
gonna
know,
get potassium poisoning.
oh great, everyone's gonna start with banana. Okay, well that's the end of the discussion for today. All right. I do have the raffles still, but so this is yeah, just to wrap up that question, it's a possibility we can use those for inspiration. I know Cutie's looking into making like something, some like theme sets for like I think Daily Chance possibly and stuff like that. So it's kind of just a long-term kind of thing, just with all the projects that we have. But thanks for the inspiration. All right, and then so for raffles, now's your chance to post in the community discussion attendance channel if you have not yet to be included in the raffle for a crate. And for our raffle winners for the March rare sets, who submitted questions pre-discussion, we have you and Unicorn. So congratulations, thank you to everyone who did submit questions pre-discussion. And I will be sending out these prizes after the discussion, shortly after. Lily, I can hear you typing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and now to raffle off our March crates. All right. Just want to make sure I counted the right amount of people here. All right, and our first winner is, I don't know how to pronounce it. Ixora, I'm sorry, but congratulations.
One thing I did notice is that you can't have an outline and a skin at the same time.
Yeah, those are both considered kind of like bases. Yeah, so that's why. I think even if you did wear the outline with the base would overlap the outline because it's like the very outer pixels, possibly.
I mean, it would be pretty nice to have like an outline glowing or something.
All right, I think yeah, we'll note that. I mean, we do have the item suggestions and stuff for item bug reports for thread, so we usually do take your guys' feedback on items and can always make that update to them. Possibly, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how they align right now, so it might be a longer process if we had to make it fit the outline of the base without getting hidden. Okay, and our next winner, sorry about that, guys. Millette, the only staff member that can win a crate today. Yeah, she stole it from all the other staff members. Lucky duck. All right, and our next winner is, I'm just gonna abbreviate it, guys, if that's okay. Another movie addict, aka Ama. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to somebody else. Millet's words. All right, so we got one more crate to raffle off, guys. Thank Millet. Okay, and our final winner for a March crate is Nyx. I mean, I think it's safe to say we can probably raffle off her crate too because she just got a new phone, if I recall. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that's all that I have for you guys today. If you do have any last questions, now's your time to post those. Other than that, I'll get on sending out those prizes and also getting the outline and this video uploaded to the site if you wanted to review or if anyone missed the discussion or part of the discussion. Well, I think it's a possibility. Like, are you talking about like a mermaid or like we got the serpent tail and stuff? Like, I think we got some bear arms. Yeah, I think, it kind of, it's an item suggestion. So, I mean, it's possible that our artist can pick that up and run with that. There's definitely always a possibility for more animal related items or mods. I think Frozzy has blessed us with quite a bit of bird items. I mean, they're all really great sets. But, I mean, I actually didn't mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the discussion now, and we'll open the floor to anyone who wants to just chit chat for a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and end the discussion recording now because I think we're kind of wrapped up here. In 3, 2, 1.